welcome back. So today I got this four-wheeler and it's doesn't have many miles on it, and I don't think it's ever been serviced. It only has maybe about 300 miles on it now, and I don't think the oil's ever been changed in it, so I'm gonna go ahead and change the oil on it, do a little bit of service to it, and also I got a few other things. I'm gonna service that Honda Rincon over there, and so let's get started on it. So first thing you want to do is drain the oil, and on this Rancher it's a 17 millimeter. Oil doesn't look too bad. So as the oil is draining, I'm going to take this cover off. These 3 bolts, 8 millimeter. This is where your filter's at. A lot of Hondas are about the same. Most of their filters around this area. As you can see, it says this side out towards filter cover. So make sure you put the new one facing out. I've seen people do it the opposite way, and their engines get fried after that. So everything looks pretty good on there. I don't see any kind of metal shavings or anything. Next thing you want to do, get your new oil filter. Here's the part number. Make sure you clean the housing off also. You can get dirt and stuff built up right there. One way you can also do this is put it on here first. Just make sure you get it on that spring. One thing that I see a lot of people messing up on is over torquing these bolts on this filter cover. So you want to make sure you do not strip these out. I don't know the torque spec on it right now, but after doing so many, you can kind of get the feel for it. Just don't need to overdo it. So this is your oil fill right here. Check your oil on the other side. You can put a funnel in here if you want. It's a little bit easier to fill. I always use Honda GN4 oil. You ever want to put synthetic oil in a wet clutch system like this? It's just with your clutch discs, it can make them slip. So let's use a conventional Honda GN4. So the next thing you want to do, this is your dipstick right here. You want to take this out after to check the level. Now this is one thing that a lot of people get wrong with these Honda four-wheelers. All you want to do is drop the dipstick in, don't screw it in, then pull it out, and your oil should be right at about in between these marks. I do it a little bit higher to the top mark because the oil filter is still dry. So you can crank it up and let it get warm, and then cut it off and check it to make sure you got the right level. And that's it for this. So I got this Honda Rincon here, and I had this old worn winch on, and this thing's kind of a piece of crap. It was a 2,500 pound worn winch, 2.5 CI, and this thing, no matter how many times I've waterproofed it, it would just keep getting water inside, and it would just like lock up the motor. So here's how rusty this thing got. And so yeah, I'm just getting rid of this thing, and I'm gonna try out this Harbor Freight 3,500 pound winch, and we'll see how it does. I've actually had pretty good luck with these Badland winches on another four-wheeler I had. So I have the old mounting plate here because I took the other worn winch off, and so hopefully I don't have to do too much to get this one to fit. I'll show you this four-wheeler a little bit. I got the cover for it right there. I just have it out right now. I made this little thing. These Rincons actually run at a really high oil pressure. As you can see, just by running it here, let's take it for a little ride. I'll show you what I did here. Take a look at this oil pressure. This thing runs at like 200 psi sometimes. It's pretty crazy. It's 150 psi already. I actually got a 200 psi gauge that I was gonna put in there. I just didn't. I got 150 in it now, but I got a 200 psi gauge that I'm gonna put in. I just haven't done it yet. But some people were wondering how I did this, and what I did is I ran a copper tube up to the gauge into the engine here, and I installed it right on that port right here. And to get that little banjo port, there's like a special, it's actually for checking the oil pressure on it, and it's a special part number. And maybe I can find that. I forgot what it was, but it works great. I've had it on here for a while, and it's nice having like your instant oil pressure. And I got water temperature and your bolts on there, and they also light up with the lights on it. You can't see them now, but they do light up. That's pretty neat at nighttime. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this winch installed, and yeah. So first thing I gotta do is mount this plate back. So now I have the option. I was going to take this steel cable out, and I have this old synthetic cable that I had on the Winch, and this is a Harbor Freight synthetic cable. And I really like this stuff. It is a little frayed, but man, this stuff, I just really like it. So I think I'm gonna pull this steel cable out and just rewind it with this stuff. I might eventually buy some new synthetic rope, but this stuff actually still works really well. It's not that old. It's just been kind of sitting around in the shed here, and but yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna unreel this and just use the synthetic. Now let's see if this thing works. Works good. So to take this old cable out, you gotta take this Allen screw loose. So whenever installing these roller fair leads, make sure you put the bigger roller at the bottom. off the ground there. So that is completely off the ground there. Man, I'm loving me some Harbor Freight winches. What do you guys think? Hey. Hey. What's going on, guys? Hey. Hey. Hey, baby. Hey. Hey, guys. What, y'all see a cat? What is it? Oh, it's just a old kitty cat. Alright guys, let's say we lower this beast down. I'd say that that was a success. Now I was gonna put that other roller on this, but I figure I kind of like this one better. So also got these headlights that I put in. Pretty much I didn't buy them as a kit or anything. I made them work. I don't know if you can see in there or not, but let's get a little bit of light. You can see I had these ballasts right here, and they look factory. They don't let any water in either. So here's the gauge kind of lit up. I might have to put a new light in that one. I don't know. All right, guys, that's it for this guy. So one thing on this four-wheeler here that needs some work is the rear brakes on it. Let me show you here. Whenever I squeeze this rear brake handle, ew, you hear that noise? Yeah, it's pretty bad. So let's get that fixed up. You can also hear the whining with the brake pad rubbing back there. So front brakes work pretty good. I don't think they need changing, but I've been putting this rear brake, changing those out. I've been putting that off for a long time now. Let's go ahead and get this thing fixed up. By the way, I took it riding over the weekend, and man, that Harbor Freight winch works awesome. I'm really happy with that thing. I wish I could have got some shots of it, but my stupid GoPro quit working, so I got to get a new one. Anyway, let's get this thing in the shed. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is take this bolt out. should slide out, and then we can release our caliper, and hopefully it slides out. I think we've got to take that bolt out too. Here's the rear brake pads I got. This is the part number up here if you want it. So it's a 12 millimeter. Let's see if I can get this thing out of here. I know the lighting's not all that good. I do apologize about that. So we got some, when you put these back together, you want to make sure you grease these bolts because they slide. Check those babies out. Yeah. Ain't nothing left. Man, I don't know why I've been putting that off for so long. I just haven't had the time to do it. Alright, let's get these new ones in. We're gonna have to compress this this piston back in. That way we can get these new pads on. So let me get a clamp or something to push that back in. Alright, so you want to make sure you take this piston and you want to, there's a special tool for this, but you can just take a screwdriver and you can turn it back in here. That way you can get your pads back on. On this caliper mounting bracket, you want to make sure these are clean. There's no like rocks. No rocks on there that could get caught up in the sliders. I mean, this isn't like a car. You don't have to grease them or anything because you're going to be going off road. It's just going to get a bunch of dirt on them, but you still want them clean. And these are your sliders. So you want to make sure that you put these back on and don't lose them. Go right there. You got the top one. There we go. Here's beautiful new pads. You can see how shiny those guys are. These are OEM Honda. The slider pads. This pad right here, if you look at them, this one has a little indentation, a little rivet right there. Put that to where it goes on here. Slider pads in. Well, I'd put some grease on this bolt here that slides through the top, because you don't want that bolt seizing up, or your caliper won't move freely. Take some grease. Alright, and that's it. Alright, so we can check for binding. Crank this thing up. Make sure you're not in full wheel drive when you do this. Fellas, that's it. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah. There ain't no squeaking or anything. That's great. my feet wet. Man, them brakes were great. Alright y'all, this is that's about the end of the video, so see y'all next time.